Alright, Choro-Q collectors, today we have a used model. It's a Suzuki Every Wagon, so it says on the back. I believe this is a K-class vehicle, meaning it's 660 cc's and pretty small in dimensions for tax benefits in Japan. There we go. This is the 5th generation of the Every Wagon. It's built off the Suzuki Carry pickup trucks, but obviously they made it a van, and it has 4 doors, it seems. The rears are sliding doors like a real van. Okay, let's see here. I guess the basic details are there. Alright, let's take a closer look at this model. Seems to have a nice metallic greenish color. It's kind of like a mix between green and blue. Alright, well, just noticing there. I don't know if that's a contaminant or the plastic molding was bad before painting. How old is this thing? 2006. Okay. So nice, panel gaps and stuff. Looks pretty good. All the little details are there. The door handles also have depressions around them. It's a tiny bump with a little color on it for that marker. The headlights are just silver, unfortunately, but the Suzuki badge is raised and painted nice. Some fog lights there, some ribbing there. The taillights have the little silver paint there in the middle. Suzuki badge again, that's raised. Third brake light looks good. Smoked plastic you can see through. I'm not sure why I'm seeing a rectangle there though. Something in the molding. Alright. Well, yeah, it's your typical Choro-Q. Well, I guess it's maybe better than a typical Choro-Q because the paint is really nice. But it doesn't say high grade or HG or anything. It doesn't say it's part of a special collection, so I guess maybe in 2006 they were just as nice as this. Alright. So one reason why I like, Choro-Qs is I can modify them easily because they're screwed together. And they mostly come with these 5-spoke wheels, which you kind of get bored of after you collect a few of them. So I like to 3D print my own and 3D print JDM style wheels. So I'm going to save those for a different project. I'm going to pop in one of these fake motors I've 3D printed. I can put this thing back together, and then I'm going to use some putty to put the wheels on. So that snaps in. We get a screwdriver. That's a long screw. Alright. Alright, so you can still see, this body is just all one clear piece of plastic, and then they painted it really well to look like, a car. But it's all this one transparent plastic. So I think that's pretty cool how they do that. Alright, so today's wheels are called Work branded. They're Work, Seeker, NX. So I think the wheel brand is called Work, and then the wheel type is called a Seeker NX. Alright, so there we got some putty, some Potafix Pro. So the tires just came off of a different Choro-Q. Since I have enough of them now, I have a bunch of spare tires ready to go. No brakes on this one because there simply isn't. It's not worth even doing when you barely see through those holes. Those holes are hollow, but it's just not worth putting a brake system back there. It's an interesting wheel because it looks like it's just like a big CNC'd plate of metal, but they filled in the gap between the 5 spokes, so it's on purpose. Most wheels would be hollow here, but this Work brand makes those solid on purpose, so it's kind of funky. It's weird. It makes them unnecessarily heavy, I think. But whatever, they're different. So put a little camber in here for that slam JDM style. Okay. Maybe too much camber there in the back, but that's why the putty is good. Just squeeze it till you get the angle you want. That's better. Okay, well, let's compare it to a couple other models. And got some photographs here of modified Every Wagons. So there's a street version that looks pretty cool, I think. And then look at these crazy things. They're lifted like trucks. I mean, this thing must I wouldn't want to drive that fast because that thing's going to roll over. I almost feel like the street version is going to roll over pretty easily because they're so small, right? But people will do crazy things. Alright, so 1/64 scale wise, I have this Suzuki Wit MR wagon, and it's made by a brand called Toyosha. Toyosha, I think, makes model kits. Another one from that same brand is a Suzuki Wagon R. So these are K-class cars in Japan, so they're pretty small. Let me give you a reference here. This is a TLV Town Ace, which is a pretty small van because that's a classic van. And then here's a High Ace. Let me make some room here. Well, I don't think I can fit it in there. So a High Ace is, I think, a full-size van. So yeah, K-class cars are small. You know, small engines, small size, and that's why they get tax benefits. They're less taxing on the roads. Alright, let's get rid of these guys and put some Choro-Q style vehicles up here. So here's a Toyota Sienta. It's no, I'm sorry, it's a Daihatsu Tanto. Luckily they say things on the back. I don't know why some diecast companies don't write what the car is on them. It's just silly, I think. Here's a Daihatsu Move. Here's a Suzuki MR wagon. Not an Every Wagon, it's called an MR wagon. And that's a K-Class. This Subaru R2 is also a K-Class vehicle. In fact, I think all 5 of these are supposed to be K-Class cars in Japan. But correct me if I'm wrong. But, you know, ChoroQ likes to keep things all the same size, so even larger vehicles, like a Toyota Voxy, is still going to be the same size in ChoroQ scale, even though in the real world it would be a lot bigger. And then a Honda Odyssey for you Westerners. You know, that's like a mid-sized station wagon, I think. So you'll see almost all of these have, you know, well, they all have aftermarket wheels. 3D printed. These wheels are from CM Model. You can get them off eBay or AliExpress. They're meant for Hot Wheels. It's 3D printed. These are Hot Wheels Real Riders. 3D printed. Okay. Let's get a top view for you guys. Yeah, they're funny looking. So cartoonish. Alright, let's let this guy spin on its own. Okay, so today it was a Suzuki Every Wagon in a really cool green color. I really like the boxy styling of it. And then it's exaggerated even further by the fact that it's a Choro-Q. But I like it with the aftermarket wheels. I think it looks pretty cool. Sorry for all the dust, always dusty in my photo booth. Okay guys, well, thanks for watching. I'll see you tomorrow.